Yo, this is sad, bro. This is sad, guys. Kiernan Forbes, just like that, bro.
I'm not serious.
How do you do? Top South African rapper and one of the best rappers on the African continent, Kiernan Forbes, aka has been killed alongside his close friend, the chef and entrepreneur, Durban Motswani. Now, this happened just 2 days ago. It's an ongoing case, and it saddens my heart. I'm actually one of his biggest fans. Today's true crime story is going to look at the events of his murder as they unfolded, unfortunately. If you are ready for this ride, please buckle up and let's go. For the record, this episode is being done with a very heavy heart. Like I said, I'm a fan of his. I'm a die-hard fan of his, and I woke up to this news and my heart sank. So I'm just doing him the honors on this coverage. Now, the pair, that is AKA and his close friend, Durban Motswani, they were thought to have been on their way to a nightclub to perform as part of AKA's birthday celebrations when they met their gruesome end at the hands of yet to be identified shooters. So, like I said, this case is still ongoing, and as it stands now, the motive of this killing is unclear and is still being investigated by the police. Now, a police spokesperson indicated that the rapper and his friend were walking to their car when they were approached by 2 armed men, who then shot them at close range. From this point, the assailants then fled the scene on foot. Now, this is also a bit contrary to some of the versions of the issue out there, which indicate that it was a drive-by shooting. Like I said, this is an ongoing case, and one of the things that I'm sure you appreciate about ongoing cases is that there are usually more than one versions out there, but we seek to report only from credible sources, and this is what our credible source indicated. So I'm sure that as the case evolves and unfolds and more findings come out, the final story, which is the fact, will stand out. But as it stands now, this is what a police spokesperson indicated. The police further went on to say that they don't want to speculate on whether the murders were a result of a hit, but then also quickly indicated again that they are also not ruling out that as a possibility. Now, for those of you who are not aware, AKA began his musical career as part of the rap group called Entity before he would eventually switch to his solo career, which would set him on a path where he would end up winning several awards in South Africa for his music and also on the worldwide stage. At a point, he was also celebrated internationally with several nominations for a Black Entertainment Television, that's the BET Award in the US, and an MTV Europe Music Award. Now, just a few hours before his untimely death, the 35-year-old posted on his social media about his upcoming album titled Mars Country, which is set for release later this month. Now, his parents have paid tribute to him in a statement posted on one of his social media accounts. I read, "To us, Kiernan Jarryd Forbes was a son, brother, grandson, nephew, cousin, and a friend. Most importantly, he was a father to his beloved daughter, Cairo. To many, he was AKA or AKA, Super Mega, Bova, and the many other names of affection his legions of fans called him by. Our son was loved and gave love in return. Now, the friend of Aka who was with him and also got killed as a result, called Motswani, was Aka's former manager, and he was also described on social media as a true gentleman. Now, for those of you who are not aware, South Africa has one of the highest murder rates in the world, and shootings are not uncommon in this part of the world or in that particular country. If you have followed my content, you would see that I've done a number of videos on hits that have happened in South Africa. I would one day love to be in that country, maybe for a visit, because they have very beautiful sights and sceneries. They have very rich cultural and history. But I think that the crime rate in that country is also something that is becoming worrisome over the period. Hits are being put out, murders are being committed, and to the rest of the world, it seems like it has this perception that it's dangerous, especially when a top international act like Aka ends up being gunned down in the streets. I think that we could all do better. It's unfortunate that it has to be this way, and such a promising young life with a promising talent like this ends up being cut short for one reason or the other. I'm hoping that the investigations will be completed swiftly and the people who are behind this will be apprehended. But then, like I always say, you can never be too careful. You don't know what is being cooked up out there against you. You don't even know who is watching. And usually, there's always going to be somebody watching in one way or the other, either in your inner circles or outside of your inner circles. It's unfortunate that his parents are still alive and they have to bury their child. I find that something that is very traumatic for the parents, because that is not even the normal order of nature. And he's also survived by a daughter, and to know that your father went out and never came back under these circumstances, I think the whole family is going through heavy trauma. And if you are watching this video and you have any access to them, please send them some love. We are True Crimes Cafe. We wish them the strength to go through this, and we pray that the investigations are concluded swiftly and accurately, so that at the very least they could get some closure. What do you think about all this? What do you think about the murder rates in South Africa? The shootings that have become so rampant? Let's have a conversation on this. I think that if this situation is not nipped in the bud, it's only going to get worse. That is my view. Let me know if you agree with me or if you don't. Hey, my favorite, or one of my favorite rappers, Aka, I wish you a peaceful rest. Rest in peace, rest in glory. And guys, hit the subscribe button if you have not yet done so. Keep an eye out, stay safe, catch you another time.